Good morning, Flosstube. My name is Laura, and I'd like to welcome you to Stitching by the Shore, my channel all about cross stitch with some paper crafting thrown in too. If you are new, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for pressing play and giving my channel a try. I hope you like what you see. Hit like, subscribe, all of that good stuff. And if you're a returning stitching friend, thank you so much for taking the time, especially during this busy season, to come and hang out with me for a little bit. I have a lot of stitching to show you, and I was super excited to bring a video today. In fact, you're not going to see everything today because I thought if I did everything, you'll see all my stitching, but I did a whole bunch of finishing. This video would probably be about 2 hours long, and that's probably a little bit too long, but I have a plan. So today, I am going to show you a scrapbook page. It's non-holiday. I just happened to, I had it sitting in the back of my mind for a while, so I finally just got that done. I'm going to show you one ornament finished. It's a set of 2 because I did it twice. So I'll show you that. And then I will show you all of my stitching, and I need help on something. So I'm looking for your help. But then I finished probably 8 or 9 more Christmas ornaments in this past week. And in order to do them justice and to talk about, you know, to give you information about where they're from pattern-wise and anything I might have done differently, I think I'm going to do a small little extra video. I'll probably film that maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. And then maybe if I get a chance, I'll also put them all on the tree and I can show you my crafty finished tree. So it's a tree that only has handcrafted ornaments on it. So that might be something that I'd finish up with a little extra Flossmas sort of thing. So hopefully that will work out. It is going to get bitterly cold here, so I don't plan on leaving the house. I think I'm stuck in here for the duration, so I should have plenty of time to film that. So we'll see. Speaking of which, the lighting it's earlier than I normally film, but it's still after 8 o'clock. But we are not getting the awful snows, but we have been getting rain upon rain, and then the temperatures are going to really plummet. So ice is going to be a big problem here. So another reason just to stay in, but you're going to get some shadows because I did have to, even though I have my windows right here, I'm not getting in a lot of natural light, which I normally would filming. So there'll be a few shadows going on today because we do have the lights on overhead. So we'll deal with it, right? We can adapt. Okay, so let's get going here. Let's start with the scrapbook page just to get that one out of the way. So I'm going to show it to you farther back for a second. So that's what it looks like. This is, this was a stitched piece. This was from, I want to say Twin Peak Primitives. And I think it was originally, it was a portion of a pattern from out of Punch Needle Primitive Stitcher magazine. I think there might have been words and there was some other stuff around it, but I just wanted to stitch the actual flowers. And it's just done on a white Aida. I don't know, I think this was going to be one of the ones that I played around with with scrapbooking. So I thought it's pretty and it's smaller, so give it a try. And then this piece right here, so just to show you that you don't need a ton, and you don't, I know a lot of you say, oh, you think about scrapbooking your cross stitch, but you know, it's not as elaborate, and that's okay. I mean, you can take your piece and put it on a piece of cardstock and call it a day. I just happen to do the little extra because I used to scrapbook for many years, so it's just something that I'm used to. And now when I look at the scrapbook pages, I actually look at it through the lens of a card maker. So there'll be a lot of times there's this type of layering because that's how I would make cards type of thing. So I've gotten a little bit out of the scrapbooking brain and more into the card making brain, but I'm just kind of mixing it all together. This took one piece of cardstock, an 8.5 by 11 piece of cardstock, and I used one 12 by 12 piece of pattern paper, and I have half the piece of paper left, so I can use it for other things. So really 2 pieces of paper, a little bit of tape, and I was good to go. I do as well, just as a reminder, I always put interfacing behind the stitch piece, and I attach my double-sided tape to the interfacing. So this is, this color is a Stampin' Up color, and it might have been something that was a limited edition. I want to say, does eggplant sound right? I don't remember now. I don't remember. But I thought the color matched perfectly with these flowers, and then I wasn't sure what to foil it with, because when I do layering, I like to have the two different colors, and I found this pattern paper that I thought really matched those kind of nicely. And these are just 1/2-inch strips that I used my paper cutter for, just to put something on the bottom. I originally had 3, but it was looking a little empty, so I added 2 more. I will put all the information on the back of it of what, well, the fabric's easy, but the pattern, name, fabric, you know, in many cases, and any other types of information I want on the back. These go in the page protectors, and there'll be one on the other side, so you won't even be able to see the information. And I used, on this one, double-sided tape for every part of the attaching. There was nothing that, no other types of glues or anything like that. And I want to say, I think I did measure 8. So this, yeah, I always was calling it an 8x6, but it's actually 6.5 this way, and it's 8. I don't think quite 8 1/4. So it's close enough. I'm going to call these 6x8s, even though they're a little bit different. That's about the extent of the size. I know I kept saying I needed to check that. So that's what it looks like. So now that will go into my scrapbook. And when I have several layouts done, I will do a flip through of the scrapbooks. I think that would be fun. All right, let's see, where do I want to put this? I will put this one right here, actually. Now, I do have one ornament to show you because it's a gift. So I wanted to, and it's for my kids, so they don't watch my videos. So I can show it now. And this could be something you could do up really quick. Anyway, if you're watching this on Friday, you could get this stitched up pretty, you know, quick-ish, depending on how much time you have, if you wanted to get something to somebody over the holiday season. So let me show you one, and then I'll show you both together. So that's what it looks like. This is the pattern from Georgia Girl Stitching. It's the paw in plaid pattern. And all I did, the only change I made was I put red as the heart. I made one for each of my kids. So here's the 2. And that will be something that they can take as an ornament with them through life. And this is in honor of Shamrock. So they'll have a nice little memory of Shamrock. I had also bought, I think it was at the Christmas tree shops. Well, down here it's not called that. It's called In That, I think. I still call it Christmas tree shops. There was a little ornament of a doggy that looked pretty close to Shamrock. So I also did get that, and then now they'll have this. So what did I do with this? This is stitched on 18 count white, so it's small. It's probably, I don't have my ruler. One of these days I've got to put a ruler next to me. I think it's a 22 by 22, so you're on 18 count, it's just slightly over 1 inch. And then I put that around the comic book board, and then this scalloped layer is actually just cardstock. So I die cut the scallop square out of cardstock, and then I was back and forth with what I wanted to do, and I decided instead of felt, because I was thinking about like another felt shape, but then what to do with it. I had this fabric, so it kind of pulls out the darker greens with a little bit of the light. I thought it kind of, it's a different plaid, but it's kind of sort of matching with it. So I wrapped that around some more board, and then I just have a felt on the back. I'm honestly, I'm too cheap to do back to back and put fabric on the back. So I'm like, that could be used for a front. So it's just felt backs for me. Any other questions? Let me see. So when I attached my stitch piece to the cardstock, I used Aleene's, and then I used Aleene's to attach the cardstock to the actual fabric piece as well. So just, I mean, when you're using the cardstock, you just got to be careful not to use a whole ton of glue, but a little bit, and it seems to work fine. So again, let me show you them both. I will link Georgia Girl Stitching down below, her Gumroad. So she has a floss tube, which I'll link in the Flosstube section. And then I will also link her Gumroad. She has some fabulous patterns, really nice patterns, and they're fun to stitch. There's a few on my list that I want to stitch up to. So that's what we have. All right, put those away. I have to wrap those now. Now, what are we doing? Okay, I need your help. I need your help. So I pulled out my full coverage. I was plugging along, having a happy time of it. It's this one right here, Hidden Harbor. It's charted by Heaven and Earth Design. The artwork is Andy Russell. And I said, you know what? Let's just go across the top a little bit and get some more stitching. So that's what it looks like. Let me do this first so I can see. And that's what I've got stitched. Let's just go over here because this is where my dilemma is. I was looking at the amount of pages I had left, and I was looking at what I'm stitching. And now when I cut fabric, I cut it, I count it, I'm sorry, I count it again. I usually count another time with the measurements. I don't measure twice, cut once. I measure like 3 times before I cut. Well, I don't know what I did. I did not measure this right. So finishing it as it is, and look at all the extra I have on here because I was doing it like I had 3-inch margins. I will only have a 1 1/4 inch margin on this side. Now I've done a lot. I do not want to start this over. So my thought process is, I think I might still stitch it, but I want your opinions. Please don't tell me this. That's a lot of stitching. I'm thinking, well, one, when I get this finished, I don't even know what I'm doing with it. 2, I could be 10 years from now before I finish it, and who knows how people be framing that then anyway. And is there a way to add, like, if I needed to add extra, I would have to ask somebody to do it because I don't sew, but I've seen people sometimes sew extra to the edges so that if they were really tight to a margin. So I need to know if it's possible, so that if in the future, when it gets finished, I'm not going to say if, I'm going to say when it gets finished, is it possible that I would be able to frame it? Is there a way to finagle it if I choose to frame it? We'll see as I'm going along what pieces I have done and then what I'm doing with them. But if I choose to frame it, is there a way to do it? Oh, the colors are so pretty. I love this one. And I'm having fun now because we're introducing some new colors over here. But I need your help. I need your help on that. I need your expertise to let me know what can or cannot be done. So if possible, if you could please lend me your expertise. Tell me it's not the end of the world. As soon as I realized that, I stopped stitching it because I was like, I'm not going to put any more time stitching into it if there's a big problem with me continuing it. So I will have a good inch margin, maybe a tiny bit more than that. Can I do it? That's my question for you. Okay, so next, this piece was finished except for the little bit of back stitching, and I asked your opinion on that. And of course I got a lot of different views, but overwhelmingly, you all told me if I could to try to stitch the whiskers. So I did. I'm not going to show you the original because it's basically this right here. Now I did finagle the whiskers myself. Let me see, who is this by? I need to, what did it say? LaSelva Design from Etsy. This was done on an 18 count Tropic Night to Die For Fabrics, if you were curious. So if you remember from the video I asked you about, really it was one of those cases where it just looked like, you know, they'd kind of put the whiskers in a look, but it certainly wasn't stitched on Aida or that, or there's a lot of piercing. And I looked at videos on couching because I was like, maybe to get the curves, I'd couch it. I tried and it just didn't look right. So in some cases I just did long straight stitches, and then in a couple I jumped a few different to give it a sort of curve. I mean, it's going to be hanging as an ornament on a tree, so people aren't going to be dissecting it. So what do you think? I think it came out pretty cute, actually. I did order the little hoop for it from Etsy, but sadly I don't think it's going to be here. So I will show him. This is for Mo. I stitched this for Mo to make him an ornament for Christmas, and we'll put it probably on the tree up here. And I got one of the stained hoops that I had used before. I'll show you when it comes in. And it's cute because I think it's like a little 3-inch hoop. So hopefully that should be fine measuring. So I think that'll be okay. But I think basically I'll just show him this and say, well, you're going to get a finished piece by New Year's, because I think it'll be here. I think the mail will be here between Christmas and New Year's. I think it'll come. So I thought that was cute. So thank you for the encouragement. Thank you for saying, just give it a try. Because I went into it saying, I will just try it. And if it looks really bad, it's just backstitch. I could probably pretty easily pull it out. So I gave it a go. So thank you. All right. Now, let's go on to some weekly stitching here. I pulled out Kringles from Little House Needleworks. I am determined by next Christmas to get this done. So you've heard me say it. I might be scrambling next December, but hopefully I'll do the best I can with that. All right, so here we go. Here it is. Now I am doing the 2 stories. If you are new here, I am not doing all 3. I decided to make it a smaller store. I'm not sure I would have kept with it if I had kept it the 3. And this has been done for a while. That roof, after the roof and a little bit of the rooms here, I'm not sure I would have kept it. I think I would have probably said, sadly, I don't think so. But there we go. And now it is definitely getting filled in. So we have all the steps and everything there. And I am doing the last thing right there. So it's not super exciting showing you right now because a lot of it is just the outer border of the actual building. But I figure once that's done, that's the hardest part. But I really like how the steps came out. I thought that was good. 18 count Artemis from Bestitchme. So there we go. It's coming along. All right, next one. I was on a little bit of a Christmas kick. I'm hoping if I put the stuff here, it doesn't completely fall. So I pulled out, where is it? This little guy. It's my McChristmas. This is from Cariad. I don't know if I say that right. Cross Stitch Designs. They're a Facebook page, and you pretty much just order through Facebook. You say what you want. They send you an invoice. So that's that guy right there. That's McChristmas. And let's see with this lighting if it'll come up, because I didn't do it on the neutral. I have it on 18 count Lotus from Bestitchme. So let's see. See how it's a very pale, very, very pale pink. It's a really pretty color, actually. You can get a lot of stuff on this. I think it would go nice. So that's where he is. Again, some of these I'm kind of in the weeds with, in the sense of I'm in areas where you're not going to see a big punch of difference, but we are almost done now with this. I did go back and do some of the stray stitches. I have a few more on I have one stray one on the tippy top, and there's a few along the edge of the hat. But now we're coming down more into colors here. And there it is. I'm enjoying it. This was a restart. This was originally done back when I started this back when I came back to cross stitch on ivory. I burnt myself out on it because I wasn't making a working copy or anything. And let me tell you, that was a bear. So when I came back, I said, let's try it on another color in a new way. And I'm enjoying it. I don't know if it'll kind of go away for a little while now with the holiday season ending a little bit. I don't know if my goal with him is to finish before Christmas next year. I really want to focus on Kringles first. So he might be a 2024 Christmas finish. We'll see. All right, I have a finish. Speaking of finishes, you know, there was one of two choices of finishes. I only have one of the two I could have finished this week. I was just jumping around with the stitching. I probably could have finished the other one, but I was just having fun doing a whole bunch of projects. You're gonna see there's just so much here. But I finished Nubble. So this is the design by the Bay Needlearts. And this is just done on 18 count by Aida. I got all of the stitching done, and then I did the back stitching, which is super long stitches for the fencing. So it's done. I really like that. I really, really like that. And I wasn't sure with the, there's a little bit of a mess up there with the back stitch over on one side, but this lighthouse has been around for a while. Those fences are probably seen better days, so I figure it's fine. Because I kind of couldn't figure out, I was changing how I was going to do it with the long stitch or not, and I kind of, instead of pulling out, I kind of went over it again, so it's fine. I think it looks good though. I overthink things. Do you notice that sometimes? I should just do and not think about it sometimes. But that's what it looks like, and I am super thrilled with it. And this one was my 25/7. So 25/7 is a Facebook group started by Melanie Watkins, Soulful Stitcher, and you basically either stitch 25 stitches a day on something or 25 minutes a day. And I have found that 25 minutes a day on a chosen project has been a game changer for finishes. I've gotten 3 finishes using that in the last, 3 months, something like that. 2 of which were kind of stalled pieces, and this was one. You'll see all the different kind of shades down here. I was stalled on that because it's 2 different symbols that are very, very similar, and I kind of put it away because I was getting frustrated with myself. And with the 25 minutes, I would just pick a symbol and just really focus on that one, and it really made a difference. So if you've got a project that you've kind of stalled on and you just want to do a little bit, I would suggest maybe trying that 25 minutes a day on it. If you have the time, maybe just 25 stitches a day, just to get something in there, and you'd be really surprised how quickly they move along. I have not decided on my next 25/7 piece. I've pulled out all of my projects because I'm getting ready to do a project parade. And so I need to pull everything out. And I think what I'm going to do is kind of look at all of them, see where I am in relation to all of them, what I want to get finished, maybe what I need that little everyday nudge for, to just stitch on it before it just sits around. And so we'll see. I mean, I stitch every day anyway, so as best I can. So it's not like, in some cases that was designed just to get you a tiny bit of stitching in a day. For me, I've taken it to a point where I can actually finish some things. So we'll see. I'm going to think about what I'm going to do. And I'm not going to just do something that's close to a finish like this next one, because I know I can finish it if I just put my mind to it anyway. So we'll see. Stay tuned on what I'm going to do on that. And this is the next one. It's my Christmas tree farm. This could have been a finish, but it's not. It's not. So I'm really, though, what you're going to see now is it's this corner is really where what I have left to do. So let me pull it up. That's where we are. And I don't know, can you see the sparkle? This is done on an 18 count opal white Aida. And I really like it on that. Especially with the lighting, at least in person, it really sparkles. So it's kind of like there's sparkling snow. So I think I finished, no, I have one more tree next to this guy right here. And then I have the car carrying the tree. And I just have to connect this area right here. I am not doing the border. I think I like it just the way it is. I'm not doing the stars or the moon or anything because it's on sparkle. you know? So this is, I'm making this a kind of a daytime snowy scene. And I do have to, oh, I have to backstitch the face. And there's some fencing here. There's a couple backstitch trees. I don't necessarily think I'm gonna do them because I'm not sure how much it adds to it, but I do wanna add the little backstitch fencing between some of the houses up here. So, really no excuses. I am going to keep this in the rotation. Next time I see you, there's really no excuses why this shouldn't be finished. And it should not be part of my project parade for 2023. Let's put it that way. This one should be finished. So hold me to that. Make sure I'm accountable on that one. Alrighty. I'm really enjoying it. What I said in a comment to somebody, ooh, I think the sun is finally coming out, was there's so many like little bits and pieces. It's like a mini start and finish every time you stitch it. And I found that so satisfying. I really, really enjoyed that. I need to keep that in mind for future patterns. All right, let's go away from Christmas altogether. I just felt like stitching this because her designs are so fun. This is my first and only Barbara Anna I'm stitching right now. I do have a few other patterns of hers. This was the first one I tried and I love it. I love her whimsy. I love her designs. I love her colors. This one's called Sailing Dreams. And then I did not do it on neutral. I switched up the colors. And this is what we've got. Oh, I love this one. I love the blue against this. This color right here is, let me look, where is my Sailing Dreams? 18 count Night Fever from Fortnight Fabrics. Isn't that lovely? I chose this one because I really wanted the idea of summer colors, and this was a fabric of the month. It's not one that they do on their regular line, but I'm trying to think. They showed an example of one of the new spring ones, and it might not have as much pink in there, but it might be a cute one for something like that. So I wanted the summer kind of look, you know, when you think of a sunrise or sunset type of thing, with the oranges and the reds, not so much like the purplish ones. And I just thought against the blue that it would really pop. The white is a little bit more subtle, so things like the clouds and stuff, but she's my focus. So I really wanted her to be what really caught your eye. And I feel like on this fabric, her colors really pop. So this one is deceivingly more than you think is left. There's a whole bunch of stuff down here. I still have a lighthouse and some buildings and some waves. And then there is some back stitch. Do I have all the fish? Actually, yeah, I have two stars. Yes, but I have some back stitching to do. And there's a few other things like bubble. I'll see how they look, whether or not I keep them or not. You know me. Sometimes I'm quick to make decisions on what adds that final piece to my piece, or if I don't think it's going to add, especially when I use other fabrics. Sometimes, because those are stitched in white and they may not come up very well, I might decide not to do them. We'll see. But that's where it is right now. So this does have a few more sessions because there's a lot of color changes. You see down there's a lot of little stuff to do still. So this will go into 2023. I don't think that one will be finished beforehand. That's okay. It's all right. It's all good. All right, Forest. I have thought about making this one my next 25/7 because I've kind of stalled on it, to be perfectly honest. I have had it for a long time and I've wanted to stitch it for ages. And I even had the fabric. I knew what I wanted to do with it. And I just didn't do it. And then I started it this year, and I love Satsuma. I love her colors and I love the look of things. And this is just, 70s retro vibe is what I get from it when I see this. Makes me think of the Partridge Family. But I stalled on this tree. So this is what I worked on this week. I don't know. I wasn't feeling the colors in the blue. And I'm not going to lie, I kind of stalled. And it kind of put a damper on the project for me. So, I'm more than halfway done. So I'm wondering if I make this a 25/7 to get that last little bit to kind of keep myself going. I do like the colors especially I like that blue, and even that's fun. So I do like the upcoming colors. So I think it would be easier to do that. I got the tree except for one little bit. Let me do this first. Let me show you the tree first. there's one little overlap of color that I have to do. So Satsuma, she is great. A lot of times when she overlaps the colors, she changes, this is all DMC. She changes it so you get the shading, and I just need to do that down there. So I even started on the next tree enthusiastically. So I think I will make this my 25/7 just to get myself over the finish line on this one. This one will be scrapbook, so I'm not worried about where it's going to be displayed or anything. This is an 18 count. What is this? This is Friendship Green by Fabrics by Stephanie. And what's interesting is, no, I need to wait to talk to you about that because I don't have it yet. There's something about the coloring I wanted to talk to you about with this one, but I think that'd be next week. So that's it. I think this will be my 25/7. See, I just talked that through with you. Thank you very much. And that one should be, I would say by the end of January, that one could easily be a finish because the blacks of color are really nice with this one. Unlike some of her cities, I know Amsterdam took me forever because of all of the color changes. This one, you've got nice blocks of color. So it's kind of fun. And what I ended up doing with the tree was I did all of the colors and then I did an outline and then it was just filling in. So I could just sit and watch all of the fun Flossmasses that were out there and just stitch away with the blue. So that worked well. This is another one that could be a finish by the end of this year. I am just so close. It's Carolyn's Balloons Autumn from Jan Hicks Creates. I'm looking at it. I don't know. Are you yelling at when I show you what I have left? I think you're going to yell at me that I could finish this one by the end of the year. There it is. So close. So this is an 18 count car wash from Fortnight Fabrics. And everything up here is done. It's all done. I have got a little bit of that house to finish. And then I have a big tree to do here. And then just all the grass. All right. Yeah, this really could be a finish, couldn't it? I don't think there's many excuses why it couldn't. There'd be 2 projects that wouldn't get carried into 2023. And I'd scrapbook this because I want to do all 4 seasons. And so it would be a nice flip through of the seasons. I'd have them, on 2-page layouts type of thing. I picked this fabric, one, because I thought the colors would go really nicely with this, and I really do like it. And it just, it was kind of like this autumn day. The balloons are going up. You've got the clouds and everything against the blue sky. So it really, really worked well for that. It's not going to work for winter. I'm foreshadowing my shopping. It's not going to work for winter, I don't think. But it could, I think I have another half of this. So I could do either spring or summer eventually with it. And either one of them I think would be nice. What might be kind of cool is if I choose a different color for winter, and then I go back to this for spring, if the winter choice worked for summer, I think Jan would give me a hint if it would. If I showed her what I was going to do for winter. So this way that would also be kind of a pattern in and of itself. We'll see. I kind of like that idea. So I do have to figure out what's gonna be my winter color. So is this another one you should hold me accountable for to finish before the end of 2022? I think I should. Well, we know what next week's video is going to be. We've got 2 things that need to be finished by the end of the week. So, okay, next. Where am I? I actually used this one. I did in Whip Warriors, which is now closed. They closed it on the 20th to new members. I'm in the Sweewie, the Stitch What You Want When You Want tract. They had done a whole bunch of holiday events, and I figured I'll dip my toe in. I've never done any of the Facebook games where you show a starting picture and you stitch and you show an ending picture. And so I did one of them. It was kind of cool. It was like a holiday feast, and you did a certain number of stitches for different parts of different foods and stuff. And I didn't choose just one project. I did like 4, and I would do X amount of stitches. It was a good learning experience because just I've never really done that, and even learning how to do it on Facebook and stuff, it was useful. But one of the ones that I stitched was Serena Sprout, and this is from Autumn Lane Stitchery. And I actually stitched more than what I put as a picture on the event. But here we go. This one's too far away for me to feel like I want to make it a 25/7, because I have been, and I could do 25/7 for a month, which maybe when I get to the point where I don't have ones that I've stalled on anymore, I might do. Because doing this one to a finish, there's a lot of stitching in this, and I think I'd get burnt out on it, even 25/7. But I do like that idea of choosing a month, because I bet you it'd be interesting to see how much you could get done. I went all over the place again. So what I mainly focused on was the plant over here. Now I use all DMCs, but what's really nice is because they use so many multiple colors, you can look, there's so much movement and depth to the piece just by the shade. I don't even know if I'd call it shading, but the different colors of flosses make it so interesting to me. I love how Autumn Lane Stitch, how he does his colors. They're so pretty. I did a little bit of the dress. I did some up here. I kind of jumped around, to be quite honest with you. I have some more flowers up here to do. I'm starting to fill in some of the greenery up there. And then there's a lot of little bits still to do. So this one will take a while. This is a commitment. Autumn Lane you have to make a commitment to their patterns, because there's quite a bit, and I still have the big thing down here to do yet. So this one's got a while yet. This is an 18 count Honeydew Melon from To Die For Fabrics. Now on 18 count, I've not seen it on other counts, but an 18 count, it's one of, I love it. I love it. I've debated on actually getting it in some opal. I think that would be pretty too. I haven't gotten that in opal yet, but we'll see. I really like this. I like it a lot. So far, I've been collecting the Liz Matthews Days of Christmas. You know how where you can either do it as a sampler or as a tree. My goal would be to buy all 12 when she releases them and do them as samplers. And again, I would scrapbook them. And again, they would be back-to-back layouts. So it'd be really nice because you'd be flipping through on each day's layouts. And I've thought about potentially, when I've been thinking about fabric choices of what I would want to do to kind of tie it all together, my first thought was I'll do it in all different shades of green. But I'm wondering, I'd have to wait till I got all 12. If I could do something like, I'd need to see all the colors. If I could choose something like a honeydew, and so that would tie them all together. They're all very different and they look lovely. So I haven't decided though if one color would look good on all of them though, because there's lots of different shadings with it. So I'll think about that. I have lots of other things I want to stitch, so we'll see I don't know how many she's going to release each year. So I don't know how long it would take to get all 12 and then make the decision. I want to say they're about 5x8, something like that. They're not huge, giant kind of pieces. So they are nice. They're nicely sized, I have to say. All right, next. We went back to Christmas, and I pulled this out because I hadn't done some in a while, and I really like it. And if I don't do it, it's never going to get finished. It's Christmas Town from Stitcherovia. I really love the colors of this one. Her colors are always so much fun. And that's where I am. So this is stitched on 18 count. It is also an opal. I thought that would be so much fun with this. And I enjoy stitching it because you know how you'll sometimes be able to see, between some of the stitches sometimes. And what shows through here is sparkle. So even though I've stitched over some of the sparkles, they actually come through. So I'll be looking at a building or something and it sparkles. So it's so much fun. I really like that. I think I'm only focused over here. There's a ton of color changes on this. That's what's going to take me forever to do with this. So what I've been trying to do now, I did focus because there was a big chunk over here, but I'm thinking what I might try to do is I'll pick a symbol and see, because the colors repeat a lot. So now that I've got a good portion of this done, maybe I stitch some here, and then if there's some in another area easily accessible, I might just keep going with a certain color and go from there, because I am not even halfway done on this one. It's so much fun. It's just a lot of work in the sense of color changes. I think it's gonna look so pretty though when it's done. I really like that a lot. Not a Christmas 2023 finish though, I think. I'd be surprised. I think Kringles, the most of my big Christmassy projects, I think Kringles is the most doable. I have one more, and it's a new start. I didn't plan on doing this. I mean, look at all I've stitched on this week. I didn't really need a new start in the sense of, oh, just to do another project, right? But I love these projects so much, and I had it, and I just decided I really, really wanted to start it. And I couldn't even wait to buy the hard copy. When this was released, and it was released a week earlier than it was supposed to be, I immediately went and got the digital. This is from Jardin Prive, and it's the Winter Quaker. I don't say I immediately got the digital, because I did kind of, I hemmed and hawed, and I was like, because I do have hard copies for 2 of the 4. The other 2 I have digital now. And I do like having the hard copy of it, but I just couldn't wait. Isn't that cute? So this is the last of the 4 seasons. And you can stitch them all as one piece. You can change up the colors of each season if you wanted, or you could do it all monochromatic if you wanted. I am stitching them all one color, but they are in different fabrics. And I did use that sky. Look at that. Look at that blue. So I'm using 823 DMC on all 4 of them. I have fabrics of 3 of the 4 chosen. It's the autumn. The autumn didn't get started because I was working on summer through autumn. So it will be some sort of, not a bright in-your-face orange, but a nice brighter type of orange. I have a few different options and choices that I have for that, because this series of the seasons, I went with a little bit brighter fabrics. The next set that I want to do from, I can't remember who it is, I showed you as a possibility for next year. Those I would do in more subtle colors of the same colors here, I think. But I think I'd also do a different color DMC through that series. I don't know, but I'm getting ahead of myself. This right here. So this is Sky. It's an 18 count Sky, and it is from Atomic Ranch. When I showed this, this was part of a Christmas ornament swap that I had done with a friend. And when I showed you that, I had said, I think I had said Rogue Stitchery, but that's just who sells it. It's an Atomic Ranch fabric. I have never used them before. First off, it's fun. It's a fun color. And it's really nice. I'm really enjoying it. It's a nice aida stitch, I have to say. It's kind of in that in-between sweet spot again, that I do like when it's such a pleasure with the aida when the hand dyer finds that sweet spot, because it just makes it so nice to stitch. So that's what the whole size of it's going to be. And let's come on up. There it is. And I had so much fun stitching this. Not only beyond the fact that it's just the one color, so you can go nuts with it. There's just some fun little things. Like I love doing that little bell at there, and there's a snowman, and just more snowflakey things on there, as well as some of the flowers look like poinsettias. And I know I'm going to really enjoy this. So my thought is to stitch these during their season. And then if it gets finished, I can jump to something else. I already have spring finished, so I probably could work on summer during the spring. And then when I would assume either I've finished them or I've gotten to that season, but then I will start autumn at some point this year. This one doesn't have the date, it's autumn. So autumn does have a date on it, and I'll put 2023 on the autumn one, and summer I put 2022. And this way it kind of signifies the 2 years that I've stitched those. So if you are thinking about these patterns, they are so lovely and so much fun. I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed stitching these. And you don't have to make it monochromatic. I mean, you can do what you want with it. I really liked it as a monochromatic. And I've enjoyed the process of this one so much. Sometimes when you do things that are series, you kind of get burnt out with them. Not at all with this one. I look forward to stitching this one. In fact, sometimes I say, no, you're not going to stitch on it because this is a great one if I'm on, for example, a Zoom call, or if I want something. It's a good, if I, like when I take my stitching to the beach, a lot of times I may grab one of these Jardin Prives. It's great for certain things. So sometimes if I'm just sitting and I have the concentration time, I say, no, you're not going to stitch on this because you have good concentration right now. Work on one of those that needs it. So sometimes I just have to hold myself back. All right, so that's the stitching. I told you this video is going to be long, and I didn't even do all of those ornaments. Plans. I'm not leaving the house for the next 3 days. It's going to be ridiculously cold. I'm sure I'll have stitch time. I do want to finish, obviously. So Carolyn's Balloons and Tree Farm. I'm giving myself some homework. Fun homework, though. I'm looking at it that way. It's not yucky homework. It's not going to be like how Connor was getting through finals this week. I'll talk to you in life. It will be fun homework. So I'm giving those 2 as my homework, and I think I'll make Forest my 25/7. And from there, we'll see. I did pick another full coverage to work on. I started that yesterday, and I put Hidden Harbor aside. If you tell me it's okay, I'll take that. And maybe at the beginning of 2023, I'll work on that because I love working on that one. But I want to make very sure that it's okay, that the mistake I made is not something that's a huge, huge deal. And if I never frame it, it doesn't really matter, right? I mean, I won't run out of fabric. That I do know. I counted every single square. But other than that, we'll see what happens plans-wise. I don't have any specific plans. I'm just getting ready. I'm getting ready for January Bringo, the magazine monthly cross-stitch challenge. And then I don't know what they might do in Whip Warriors, so we'll see. And then I showed you some of my January plans anyway. So lots of fun coming up. Okay, I got some lovely happy mail that I wanted to share, and I am so grateful if you've taken the time to send me cards. Linda, I love this one. This is so pretty. Thank you so much. And your notes are always, they really, my tummy's growling. Usually I eat beforehand, but I wanted to get this video done so that we could get our day going. And so I didn't eat. There's no oatmeal this morning so far. The time when you take the time to write the notes, I love reading what you take the time to write. I am so appreciative if you've taken the time to send me a card. It just means so much to me. Next, oh, this is so pretty. This is from Deb. Oh, it's, this is so gorgeous in person, and I don't know if the light's gonna, it is all sparkles. I don't know if the camera's picking that up. I can't see the details that far. I have the, oh, is that showing? I have the world's worst eyesight, and glasses don't always help. But it's gorgeous. It's an embossing, so it's a raised embossed, and then it sparkles. It is so pretty. Deb, this is beautiful. Thank you. And then, I'll make sure I get the name. Teresa. Doesn't this look like what should be like a Donna Gelsinger or something? It is gorgeous. It's so pretty. And Teresa, I so appreciated your note. Thank you. That was lovely. This is so pretty. So you can see up there, I have ornaments. Cards. There's some more up farther. So across the room is where I stitch if I'm stitching in here. And so I can always see. So I like putting things from friends up on here, because at any point, if I look up, I can see things from my stitchy friends. So I really appreciate it. And then Ruth contacted me in a magazine. Does it say which magazine here? There was it's a full coverage. No, it doesn't say which magazine this is. Her note might, but Let me put this behind it so that it doesn't go through. There was a full coverage of Nubble Light. And so she asked me if I would like it, and she sent me the pattern. Oh, that's really lovely. That's really, really lovely. Does it say who it's charted by here? Designed by Kathleen O'Connor. It's so pretty. So here you've got mine, you know, just kind of stopped and had just greenery, but here you've got all of the rocks and everything. So it gives it a full picture of that. Now this one will be a commitment because this is full coverage. So this would take me a while, but thank you so much, Ruth, for thinking of me and sending it. I really do appreciate that. It is lovely, and I would enjoy stitching that. So I really do appreciate that. And then I have one more. This is from Debbie. Now, Debbie, you are so talented. It was incredible opening this up. And I've got to flip through it because it is so amazing. So Debbie, it's like an amped up Christmas card book, just wonderfulness. So let me show you here the front of it. Isn't that gorgeous? Now, Debbie is an amazing paper crafter. We have pockets with some tags in here, which are so beautiful. Look at that. Isn't that fun? And then just the interactiveness, the clip with the tag, that's beautiful. I love the colors in this. I love the kind of vintage feel of it. It's really lovely. Look at that. That snowman's adorable. This one has a little envelope pocket. And then we have over here, oops, I don't want that to fall. But again, another area. This is what your quintessential like junk journal with all the different pockets and pieces and stuff, Christmasized. And then we have some stitching on this piece and some extra with tags. And look at the back. I love that. Isn't that adorable? This is absolutely gorgeous. I will treasure this. I am not talented enough to do something like this. This is amazing, amazing. And I am so appreciative that you took the time to make this. This will probably stay out year round somewhere here in my craft room. I can't see putting this away for a holiday. And then she also sent me some lovely floss, which is really a lot of fun. These are amazing. All the different colors. I wonder how they do that. It's kind of cool. So anyway, thank you so much, Debbie. This is a joy, and I really need to figure out where to put that. That is something that will stay up all year. I am so appreciative. All right. Then I have some shopping to show you. Then we'll do the giveaways, and I'll send you on your way. To Dye For Fabric. So right now she's not taking custom orders for, I think, most of November, and for December, she's basically just dyeing as you go. And what I should do is just not be in her Facebook group, because she'll post when she's put some more colors in there, and sometimes she shows the things, and then she gets me. She gets me every single time. And so I ordered 3 that were in stock, and so they're in stock. They're dyed. Whatever's there listed is immediately available. She shipped them within a day. And so I got these pieces within a week. This one's called Pumpkin Pudding. And this might be a contender for my autumn Quaker from Jardin Prive, or I could keep it for the next series I'm going to do. I don't know. It's a very pretty color. So that's Pumpkin Pudding. This one is light turquoise, which you know me in blues, right? So this is gorgeous. This could be used for so many things. I bet you I'll be able to use it for some of my flowers series from Cottage Garden. It won't work for January because there's a lot of white, and I don't know how well the white will show up on this, but it will definitely, I think, work for some of the other ones. And then this one's just so lovely. It's called Silver Lining. These are all 18 counts. And it is a wonderful, lovely gray. Really, really nice gray. And I do like using grays. I know it doesn't seem like it sometimes when you see my projects, but I really do like neutrals as well as fun colors. It really comes down to the pattern and what speaks to me in the colors. So I'm not one that says no to neutrals. So that's really lovely. So I picked that up because that's a really nice gray. I think a lot of things would look good on that. And then I'm going to show you just two. So for the last couple of years for my birthday, I have made a larger order. I've used my birthday money and ordered from Fabrics by Stephanie. And Stephanie does take a while to get the orders. It's usually, I just got them in and I ordered it the week before my birthday. So it is an 8 to 10 week type of thing. So I know that going in. And what I did, I'm going to show you one that was, I really like the color. I know it. I've had it and used it. And then one that was new to me. And then I will show you, as we go along, a few others. I think I ordered 6 for my birthday. People just give, family members have no idea what to buy for me. So I get money for my birthday. So it's perfect. I can just apply it for something like this. This first one I have used before, although I have it in a 16 count, not an 18. So obviously they'll look a little bit different. This is called Bliss. Not pretty. It's a very, very pretty pink, and I don't know if the colors will show up well today. It feels like it's showing up a little bit lighter on the screen than it is. And it's, you know, Stephanie's, when she does, this one pretty much is, it's not solid, but it's not, the modeling would be so subtle. And with Stephanie's, that happens a lot, which I enjoy. I like both modeling and not. She has nice fabrics. So that's that one. I once tried, she does have, and it's not through her website, it's through somewhere else. She has a fabric of the month. And I've always liked her fabrics. But the one count she didn't have was 18 count because she couldn't get it regularly. So I was bummed because, you know, that's my sweet spot. So that's what I would have gotten for fabric of the month. And then this was a new one for me. It's, of course, oh my goodness, I need to get going because my stomach's saying, feed me. This one, it's a blue base, but as you can see, it's called Lady of the Lake. There are some subtle, pretty kind of pinks and things like that. So it's really very nice. I like this one a lot. And I could see it being very useful for a lot of different things. I wonder for my, I don't know. I was thinking for the January cottage garden, because I don't think I've gotten the fabric choice on that one yet. But I don't know if it would, I don't know if this would show the fabric off well enough. I'll have to think about that one. So those are the two I'm going to show you this week. This one's called Lady of the Lake, and it's 18 count Aida. Really pretty. Her fabrics are, if you ever have a chance to try some of her fabrics, they really are nice. Then I ordered, I ordered purely because I saw, no, somebody told me, thank you so much. You all are so enablers. Somebody had DM'd me to say that Carolyn's Balloons Winter was out. I was like, what? What do you mean it's out? I didn't know that. I was so thrilled, and I immediately Googled trying to figure out where I could find it. And Abby Top Knot Stitcher had it. So it's still in the plastic. I didn't take it out, but that's what it looks like. Isn't it gorgeous? Now there is a lot of white because there's a lot of snowflakes and a lot of white base. So I have to really think about what color fabric I want to use to do with this. I don't know. I will grab the flosses. I will grab all my DMCs. She gives DMC alternatives, which is really lovely. And I will have to do some floss tosses. If you're doing this one, let me know what fabric you're doing it on. So, as usual, I couldn't just buy one thing. So I bought a couple things that will eventually be giveaways for you. I said, I bought something for me, now I'll buy something for you all. And so this one is from Annie B's, and it's called Love Always. That's pretty. I don't know if I would make the commitment to stitch it, but I thought it would be fun, and I thought many of you would enjoy that. So I did pick that up. And then I picked up, and this I'm thinking for February, I picked up 3 different flosses. One is a toile, one is a classic Colorworks, and one is a Threadworks. So that will be a giveaway probably sometime in February. So I will put those in my giveaway pile, and I'm super excited. For for the winter. That was just, that made my day when I found out. And there weren't many places, and I know 123 Stitch did, they were showing us having it. But Abby, I mean, she sent it, the order out like right away. So I was super excited about that. I wasn't sure if it was like released to shops yet, like they actually had the physical copies. And then I did get a couple digital patterns that I thought I would share with you. This one, I have been watching, is it Netflix? Enola Holmes on Netflix, which is super cute. There's 2 movies, and they're good length movies, at least 2 hours, if not a little bit more. And so I saw this. This is from, okay, why is my iPad? Let's do this and then see if I can, I want to say it's Mindy's Shop, but for some reason this page is frozen now. What if I go this way with it? It's totally frozen. I want to say it's Mindy's Shop. And there's actually 2 colorways. It's not even going to show me, let me do that. So I'm going to do this for a second. You can only see half of it there, but there's a blue colorway and a green colorway. I'm not really sure which one I would do. I like them both in different ways, so I have to think about that. So anyway, not necessarily something I would have said, oh, I absolutely want to do, but after watching that, I don't want to call them series because there's 2 different movies on them. They were lovely. Well, the young woman who does who plays Enola Holmes, she did a fabulous job, and all the other extra people too. I mean, and Sherlock's in it, of course, because that's her brother. They really did a lovely job. I enjoyed this quite a bit. I think I'm going to watch them again at some point. So that was one thing I bought, and then this one. Now it's funny how, you know, sometimes when you buy from Etsy, it'll show you like other things. And I've actually bought a beach scene from this shop. I just haven't stitched it yet. And I saw this, and the colors were so fun. Let me see if I can tell you what shop it is before I mess up the picture again. It's the Stitchery by MJ. Now, this is a full coverage. Isn't that adorable? I love this. Now, I am, you know, some people will be like, I don't necessarily do pink, or I don't necessarily do this color or that color. In the right instance, I enjoy pretty much every color, no matter what it is. And this one, because in some cases, you know, I might necessarily do pinks, but in this one, I thought it was so cute. I might start this for Christmas Day. I might. I mean, it's full coverage. It's legit full coverage. It is 144 wide and 366 high. So on 18 count, because this is actually what they say, it would be an 8 by 20 piece. So if anybody's so inclined and wants to stitch this one as well, let me know. It was $4 for the chart. I mean, $4. So I'm super excited to give that one a try. So you might see this one as a Christmas start. We'll see. Depends on what Christmas Day looks like. So those are the 2 patterns, digital patterns, that I bought from Etsy. I thought that was fun. And that's it for shopping. All right, let's do giveaways. So a reminder here. Sassy Cove, I had pulled your name for this pattern. I have not heard from you yet. So 1 more week. If I don't hear from you by my next video, which will hopefully be next Friday, I will choose another winner for this one. This is so cute. I really like that one a lot. Alrighty. So we put that back over there. And then this week, we were going to do the 28 count mushroom Lugana. Oh, I can see through it. That's what it looks like. It's a really lovely neutral. I think it'd be a lot of fun for a lot of projects. And if you want to do a couple ornaments, some of you were really excited about the idea of an ornament of a month. So let's think about that for next year. That'd be fun. I think that the first one in January will be the penguin mug I do, because that's part of my Bringo board. So I already have I have January figured out, and then we'll go from there. All right. Let me mix the names around. I didn't do that beforehand. I've been scatterbrained the last week or 2. I'm not really sure why, but definitely don't have it all together. I'm a little bit all over the place, I have to say, in life. Probably in these videos too, I don't know. Okay, so we've mixed the names around. Let me pull a name out of the pile. Who we have? Oops, as I hit my iPad. All right, so here we go. Debbie Morin. So Debbie, congratulations. If you could get back to me and send me your address, I will send this out to you. As always, I do 2 weeks for giveaways. And if I don't hear, then I will choose another name. But I would love to send this to you. So please reach out to me. My Gmail is down below, as well as my Instagram account that you can DM me with. And I don't know what's up with Gmail. Lately, things have been going to spam. And I don't always check that all the time because it's not visible when I open up the thing to show me that I have some. But I opened up this morning and I had somebody reached out to me and it was in the spam for no reason. I mean, there was nothing I would think that was in that email that would cause it. So always, you know, if you've reached out to me and you don't hear, please, you know, reach out again. Because I don't know, it's been acting weird lately. I'm not really sure why, but technology, it's great until it doesn't work. But Debbie, congratulations. Alrighty, so for this week's giveaway, I thought, since I had such a wonderful experience with Abby Top Knot Stitcher, that I would do a $10 gift card for you, whoever wins, to Abby Top Knot Stitcher. So, I'm gonna do, she has an Etsy shop, but the gift card is for her actual physical site, not the Etsy shop. I'll link it. It'll be linked down below because I'm going to link it through my shopping. So if you go in the description area and you scroll down till you get to where my shopping is, her link for her main shop will be there if you want to check it out. She has charts and she has fabrics and needle. It's a really lovely shop, and I haven't ordered many times from her, but I've always had a wonderful experience from her when I have ordered. So I thought I would share that with you all as well. And this way, you know, it would be a quick and easy if you get some Christmas money and you want to treat yourself a little bit. It would be a nice little thing. So I will choose a name. Oh, you need to tell me what to say. We're not going to go with the word today. We're going to go with the number 8 and just the actual physical 8. You don't have to write it out. I mean, I'll search it both ways if I think some people did it, but actually just put the number 8 in your comment anywhere, however, and I will put your name in the blue bowl for the $10 gift certificate to Abby Top Knot Stitcher. All right, so that's the stitching. I thought this would be longer because I had so much stitching to show and some lovely happy mail that I was just so excited about that. I'm excited. If I had added those ornaments in, we would have been here another half an hour. So like I said, if you don't want to hear live stuff, have a fabulous, wonderful, fantastic weekend, holiday season, whatever you're doing, and I'll see you next time. So yes, so life stuff, both kids are home. It was not the week. Hold on one second, please. I have a little something on my glasses and I'm looking right through it. Oh, it might be stuck now. There we go. There we go. Sometimes when you look at that, I don't know if for those of you with the glasses wearers, do you end up then with a headache sometimes because your eye is trying to focus on that one little thing on your glasses? So this week did not go as planned. Not at all. So last time I talked to you, I was going to go up to Connecticut. We would have an early holiday with family and so on and so forth. So Saturday, Mo went up as planned because he was going to pick up Connor on Sunday. So he went up, no problems. Saturday night, Megan drove down from Bryn Mawr, and she had to wait because she's an HA. So she had to close out the dorms and all that stuff. So it was late afternoon when she got on the road, which was nice. So most of her driving was in the daylight. I mean, because being a parent, I worry about her driving in the dark. She's like, Mom, I drive in the dark. I'm like, I know, but you know, I worry. So she got here safe, sound, fine. And then we were going to turn around on Sunday morning and head up to Connecticut ourselves. So I said, you know, don't really unpack, just plan what you're going to bring to Connecticut. So things were going to plan. I woke up really early Saturday. It was like 5 a.m. Now, I told Megan we'd leave between 7:30 and 8. So I was like, all right, well, you know what? I have some stitching time because I don't know the rest of the day. So I actually stitched for about an hour from 5 to 6. I had already packed, so all that was pretty much all set. And then I was like, okay, I'm going to grab, we have, our attic is basically, it's just attached to to this second floor here. So you can just walk in, which is fantastic. Our last house, you had to climb upstairs, like not stairs, like you had the, you know, from the ceiling, you pull it down and you pull down the rickety ladder and then you have to climb up. That's how our attic used to be. So now that I can just walk in, it is a joy. So I most needed me to bring a cooler. So I said, all right, I'll grab the cooler and then I'll go downstairs. So I had the cooler and I had a few other things in my hands. Now it's 6 a.m. So I stitched from about 5 to 6, grabbed the cooler. I was coming downstairs. Okay, I'm like, all right, let me start getting everything together. And then when I wake up Megan at whatever time, or she wakes up, we'll go. Going down the stairs. Now, my staircase, the steps they're pretty tall, taller than I am used to. And there's more of them. I think there's about 16 steps, more than I've ever had on a staircase. So I was trudging along and I was going on, and I figured as long as I put my foot on the first step, okay, I didn't need the light. That was my first mistake. So I was probably 2/3 of the way down. Now I've got things in my hands and everything else, and my foot oversteps the step. You know that split second when you know you're gonna fall and there's just nothing you can do about it? There's nothing I could do about it. Everything went flying. The cooler went flying, clattered down, like huge clatter on the ground. Other stuff I was holding went flying. Luckily I went backwards when I fell rather than tumbling head forwards. And I think that was huge in saving me any major injury. So I went backwards, kind of angled on the side. So my thigh and hip hit first, and then I slammed my, between my ribs into the back of the step. But that also saved me. I have very sore rib area, but it saved me from hitting my head because that stopped my momentum. And that was a big thud too, you know, on the ground. Took me a few moments to catch my breath. And I was just like, oh my gosh, what happened here? You'd think all of that noise would send Megan out. She slept through the entire thing. I mean, it's worrisome to think about it in one sense, but we laugh about it now. I could have been knocked out. I could have had a bone sticking out and unconscious. And I mean, obviously, if I was awake, I'd yell to her if something seriously had happened. But if I had been unconscious, I would have been laying there for a couple hours before she woke up. Luckily, I was very, very lucky. And I'm bruised and sore, but I didn't break anything. I didn't hit my head. I'm just extremely, extremely lucky. So I took a half an hour to kind of regroup and collect myself and see how I was, take stock. I called Mo. I said, I don't think I'm coming up today. I figured what I would do was I would give it a day, see if, maybe I missed something that I would need to get looked at or whatever and stuff, and just take it kind of easy. And he was like, yeah, don't come today. So I took it very easy on Sunday. Megan was around to do any errands or anything that needed to be done. She actually did go grocery shopping, I think, for me, because no, she didn't. We kind of just took it easy that day. And it was funny because I'd been up early, and then I was kind of stressed from the fall and everything else and upset. So I was very tired that day because I was just kind of wiped out. And Megan was very worried. She kept saying, did you hit your head? Did you hit your head? No, I didn't hit my head. I know I would have hit if I had no headache at all. And I know I didn't hit my head. So, but being so sleepy and all. So anyway, so then I said, let's see how I feel in the morning. And if I feel good, we'll go up on Monday. It'll be a shorter trip. It'll be a Monday, a turnaround Wednesday is the way it is. But at least this way we could still see some family. So, I had to be careful how I slept because, laying certain ways were bothering it and so on and so forth. Even laying on the left side, even though I hurt my right, kind of hurt depending on how I angled myself. Well, I woke up on Monday morning really, really, really stiff, like all the way through the back, up all the way through my neck. I was like, okay. I said, okay, this could be a challenge. And what I actually did was I went to the car and I sat in the driver's seat because this is a 5.5, 6 hour drive, right? And I kind of grabbed the steering wheel and I was like, oh my God, it is so sore to do that. And, Megan said, oh, I could try driving. And she doesn't have a lot of experience with the minivan though. And so I was just like, I don't know if it's worth it. And then if I'm still sore and uncomfortable. So we made the decision that it just didn't make sense for her and I to go up, especially I'd drive up on Monday and then I'd have to turn around and do it again on Wednesday, and we didn't know how I'd feel. So we FaceTimed grandparents and we'll FaceTime them at Christmas again, but we did do some FaceTiming just to say in person that we weren't going to be able to be there, and we got a chance to talk and stuff. But it just didn't make sense. It was just a little bit too much after what I had done to myself. Seriously. I am a klutz. Well, in that case, I was silly. I should have turned on the light because then it would have been fine, but I didn't. I just wasn't thinking. So, but I was very, very lucky. And so her and I have stayed here all week. We did not go to Connecticut as planned. So Mo went, picked up Connor on Sunday. Well, Connor had way more work than he had originally told us. I guess apparently things got extended and then there was a group project. He had a ton of stuff to do this week still. Finals finally ended yesterday, Thursday. So I think Sunday into Monday, he pulled an all-nighter. So I think they were originally supposed to see grandparents on Monday, but Connor wasn't sleeping. They saw on Tuesday, he still had more work to do. And they got on the road. They were coming home on Wednesday. They got on the road, and then Connor still had a ton to do, including a group project. So Mo turned around and he called and he said, we're going to leave first thing on Thursday morning before the rain comes, the bad weather comes, so that Connor can keep doing his work. He pulled another all-nighter Wednesday into Thursday, and they got on the road at 4 a.m. yesterday. And they got here at 9 o'clock. There was no traffic, so it took them only 5 hours, which was really nice. And they got here before all the rain came. So, and then Connor still had some more stuff to do yesterday, but now he's done. He's done. After a couple all-nighters and a lot of other work, he can chill out and relax. So it's been an eventful week of plans not happening the way they were supposed to and things not going according to plan. I was lucky to have Megan here, though, because when I found out we were staying, I needed food in the house because I had kind of gotten rid of most of it, just, used up what we weren't, because we weren't going to be here. So I was able to send her shopping, and she was able to do whatever needed to be done. So that was useful. That was helpful. I feel I'm still sore. If you were to kind of poke me in the ribs, I wouldn't be too happy with you, but I am able to sleep, and it's just direct pressure. The first couple of days, because it was sore and the muscles around the ribs, it was hard to get like a full breath and everything. But now I'm much back to as normal as I can be without just that, soreness. So, yeah, it has been crazy. So we are going to have a very quiet Christmas Eve here. It's going to be the 4 of us, and Christmas Day is again going to be the 4 of us. It is going to be bitterly cold, not as bad as in some places. And I feel for some of you who are in the extreme negatives with wind chill. I think we're going to hit 0 without wind chill. So then obviously it will be a little bit colder than that with the big problem here for today, especially. I don't know over the whole weekend. We had rain, tons of rain. And I don't know if we're getting any more, but the temperatures are going to drop quite a bit. And so there is all of that could freeze today and be ice. And I'm not a fan of driving in either the rain or the snow, but I'll take those any day over ice. There's nothing you can do with ice. And I grew up in New England, so I know I've dealt with my fair share of snow and ice. I know which one I prefer. So, I think we're gonna hunker in. Mo got up at 6:30 this morning to hit the grocery store while I was getting ready to film, and so we have all of our food through, I think, Monday. We have our meals all planned out. We're gonna do unusual fun stuff. I think we're gonna do nachos on Christmas Eve night, and then I have this wonderful recipe, and we all like it because we all kind of like Asian food, kind of the Chinese food. It's a wonderful stir fry. I think you can do any veg. I think we're gonna do onions, peppers, and broccoli. And then you can either do tofu. I'm either gonna do tofu or soy curls. I think maybe the soy curls, because they're very similar then to like a chicken. And everything is stir fried. And then there's this wonderful hoisin and chili garlic sauce based sauce. And it's just really, really good. I like to think it's as good as any restaurant food you'd get. but that's just my opinion. So we might just do that and have just fun with it this weekend. If we're going to be inside and freezing and just the four of us, we're just going to have some fun. So I think that's what the weekend's going to entail. We might even do, and we never open presents on Christmas Eve, but we might even do that, and then the kids can sleep as long as they want on Christmas Day, because we are just hunkered in. So I think that's what our plans sort of look like. Hopefully Mo got everything he needed at the grocery store. We'll find out when the video's done. And yeah, so I hope whatever, if you're celebrating Hanukkah, I hope, Carla, I really practiced, and now I can't remember how to, well, I know to do the little noise with the CHs, but I don't remember the actual words, because I was going to say, well, it's not Happy Hanukkah, but I was going to say what you say at the beginning of your Flosstube videos. But I should have written it down, but I didn't. So if you celebrate Hanukkah, I hope you're having a wonderful week so far with it. I know it's still got a few more days to go, and I am enjoying Carla's Flosstube. It's really been a lot of fun. If you celebrate Christmas, I hope you have a wonderful, lovely weekend this weekend. And if you celebrate, I want to say Kwanzaa's around this time too. I'm not exactly sure what to say for that, except that I hope it's a wonderful, lovely time with family and whatever with it. And if you don't celebrate, that's okay. I hope you take a weekend of self-care and just treat yourself. Kind of spoil yourself and enjoy yourself. We're all hanging out with you here. I think if I do my ornament video, I might upload it on Christmas Day. I thought that'd be kind of fun to finish up Flossmas. And then we'll go from there as I look. I don't know when I'm going to do my project parade. I don't think it'll be before it. I looked at my notes. I pulled them out from last year. I think it was January 2nd that I did it. So we'll see. It might be right after the new year, in between next Friday's and the following week's video there. So that's coming up too at some point. But whatever you're doing this weekend and through the week, I hope it is just lovely. I hope you get a chance to spoil yourself somehow. I hope you get a chance to give yourself some time to just do something that you like. And whether that's spending time with friends and family, whether it's going to the movies, whether it's shopping, whether it's stitching, whatever it is, I hope you get some time for you. And if you are traveling, please, please, I'm thinking about you. I hope it all goes well and safe. What a horrible time for this storm to hit the entire country in waves. So I am really thinking about everybody, that you do get a chance to go wherever you plan on going, and it's safe. I hope that everything goes well and is okay. I'm thinking about you if you have to be out and about traveling. This is why we actually were originally, we had pushed it earlier, because we knew that this weekend would be crazy. So that's why we had done that. But if you are doing the traveling, I'm thinking about you. I really am, whenever you happen to see this. All right. Now we're starting to get into long videos. I hope you got some stitching done while you're watching this, or maybe you're just getting ready, wrapping presents or cooking or whatever it happens to be. So I hope you're well. I hope you are safe. I hope you are getting some time just for you, because you matter and you are worth it. And until next time, happy stitching.